there was nothing.
And then there was many, many, many things. The first thing that was created, though we don't know by whom, was water. And the second thing that was created, and we don't know by whom, was air.
And in this air, there was suddenly a cloud.
And in the water, there were many, many millions and billions and billions of millions tiny bubbles.
And the bubbles are from the bath of a goddess that is dwelt at the bottom of the sea. And what she doesn't know is there is also a god in the cloud above the sea.
And this god above the clouds and the sea, he had a very bright blue eyes. And he stared into the sea and the water and saw through the bubbles.
Oh.
And he saw that inside the bubbles there were even tinier little things that wanted to come out of the bubbles. They wanted to be free.
So this is called, the tiny little bubbles are called ancient sperms. And in the sperms, there is the possibility of life.
Now the thing is, the goddess didn't know that the god was there. And though the god had mighty eyes that could see through the bubbles and could see what was inside the bubbles, he didn't know that the goddess was there either. Because he was focusing on the bubbles and he didn't see the goddess. So the goddess finishes her bath and she comes out of the shower. And he hears something, so he looks. But she is naked and she is embarrassed.
Out of embarrassment, she tries to think of a solution how to punish him because he saw her naked. So she thinks, what do I have? What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? I have nothing on me now. I'm naked. What do I have? What do I have? Yes, I own the millions and triples and billions of tiny bubbles that have even tinier things inside which are in the water, and they're all owned by me, and I can use them as a weapon.
And as the weapon, she has 4 breasts, and she loaded the loaded the bubbles in her 4 breasts and shoot them directly towards the gods, and caught the god on fire. And the god on fire, why is he on fire?
He becomes the sun.
Yes, he caught on fire and to the bubbles. And then at the same time the god is cursed that you shall be on flame eternity.
And that's how the sun was created. He was
Exactly.
so angry that the anger made him into the sun.
And the thing is, all the bubbles did not hit the god. Some of them went that way and they created the Milky Way galaxy.
Yes.
That we
The
are all
Milky
a part
Way.
of, and the stars.
But while they were like shooting into the sky and forming the Milky Way, the even tinier little things that wanted to come out through the bubbles rained down back on Earth from the stars and created, and finally they landed on Earth.
When did we create the earth?
The Earth was not created yet,
They
but
created
they
the Earth
created
when
the
it
Earth.
fell.
They
Exactly.
yes,
It was
exactly.
all the sea.
Yes,
And
and
then
they
the
fell
land,
down,
it
and that's
became the
created
Earth.
little
Yeah.
islands of
The earth.
yes, the Earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And because there are so many little ancient sperms that were full of possibility of life, so they land on the earth.
from the unsuccessful flying bubbles.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they started to burst out like eruption of a volcano.
Like a pimple.
And the goddess, you know, underneath this all was very content. She liked the way things were progressing at the moment.
It was a super show.
But she felt that maybe she and the god up in the heaven, they should maybe like, you know, come to some sort of a
Where's heaven?
like
Where's heaven be?
not heaven, like not the biblical
Up
heaven,
there,
but
the
up
sun,
there,
far
up
away.
there, the sun. She felt that
Sky.
maybe she had done, you know, she was lonely and she wanted maybe to somehow get him back from the sun.
So what she did is she took the form like him, but not hot. And then she was on the opposite side. And she kept trying to meet him, but he kept going away from
Because
her.
he was very, very hurt.
No, he was afraid of her.
He
She
was-
had made him burn for eternity. So she kept doing this, and every once in a while she will meet him, and that's how we have solar and lunar eclipses. No?
Okay.
Exactly.
When they meet, it's like it's too powerful a union because two gods are meeting. So we can't see it. We will be burnt if we see it. But that's actually them.
And it's their curse practically. They were
Yes.
bound to coexist, but they can never meet.
They can
fully.
never fully meet.
But when they are close, it's a very strong
Strong.
power.
Yes.
So it makes
So
the
it
sea
makes the-
go
Right.
Yes, right.
Yes,
And
yeah.
the
Yes.
Milky Way shape.
Milky Way
you know,
shape.
Yeah.
and all the water goes into a weird movement.
Yes.
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 And it creates
So
wind.
so
Yes, and also sometimes when the first time that it happened, the first time that they met, the force was so powerful that some of the stars fell out of the sky. And where they landed on Earth, they
Yes.
erupted into trees. Because they were fertile, no? They had the sperm.
Yes,
the
yes,
sperm-
yes.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes,
Ancient
yes.
sperms.
Yes.
Exactly.
So now we have the water, we have the sky, we have the Milky Way, we have the sun and the moon and even trees, but something was missing still. And everything.
And dinosaurs appear later.
Dinosaurs.
I want my story. I'm very
And
interested.
dinosaurs actually came from the Milky Way. They just they were actually originally were formed from this white milky substance that when it shot down through the atmosphere of the Earth, it was shaped by the air current into the form of a dinosaur, and there it landed on the Earth.
If I may
Yes.
just adjust. They were
Thank you.
the sleeping rocks and stones in the earth, and all was covered by just that heavy and small stones. But when this fun show on the galaxy happened, so some of them were hit by this force, and then they
Got
awoke,
life.
yes,
Yes.
and then became massive. And
Yeah, so it was the union of solid rock and this milky white substance from this star, this space that formed, this.
And this form, it becomes kind of alive, and it has different shape. And in the middle of that, and in the middle of the night, especially when the moon is in front of the sun, and it would open up, and there would be an egg
Of course!
coming out of
A golden egg.
a golden egg
golden
coming
egg.
out of the shape, and it would be there and waiting for
For hatching.
When it hatched, it released not one creature, but many. It was
How
like
many?
infinite, because it opened
of
and
many
it was
kinds.
It was like a river. So there were birds flying out, and there were snakes slithering out, and there were fish swimming
Yes.
out.
Because originally,
And the last creature to be, two creatures, a man and a woman.
Yes.
And originally, the egg would just give birth, the hatched egg, it would not contain just a certain quantity. It would just keep on giving birth to these creatures and we would never stop. And suddenly there was chaos in the world because it was being overpopulated by these creatures and the universe could not hold so much. So something had to be done.
Then the goddess realized that she had created out of anger of being seen just naked, that she created again a world of chaos. So she regretted and she thought, how shall I redeem? What should I do? And there was this one more thing to be created.
And that was the asteroid that hit the Earth.
No.
And the asteroid. yes. Asteroid. And this asteroid, she summons her power, her magical power, and she is like she's listening to which asteroid is very close to the world, and she summons the asteroid, and the asteroid came to the Earth,
And it hit the egg.
it hit the egg.
Yeah.
And while the egg opened, the egg cracked from the other side, and it released different.
It released death.
It released death.
It released the creatures from another world, and they are eating the.
Yes.
These creatures are called illness, pestilence,
Cancer.
Syphilis,
pox, and
what else?
and then basically these creatures DM which creatures should get to live and not. And some people believe it's about if you are a good person, but other people believe it's just random.
Yes, and
It depends if you hit the, if you meet the on the edge of the egg, if you meet them or not.
So this is how the world was created. Even nowadays, whenever the sun and the moon have the eclipse, we feel that the egg shells are still buzzing and ready to crack open a third dimension.
Exactly.
But
Now the egg, after a million years of hatching and creating, is on the edge of
cracking open.
A complete collapse.
Complete collapse.
The crack open, and we are waiting for that.
Yes, when that happens, the world as we know it will end. Because all of this, eggshell itself will shatter and boil everything until it once again creates only water and air. And the water will have bubbles and the air will have a cloud.
Milky white substance.